I'm a very impatient person. I want to accomplish this goal and move to the next thing, but as I get older, I understand that it's not the destination, it's the journey. But also I just have to learn that my journey may just take a little bit longer than I want.
Trying to make my hips stronger. Everybody wants all the fancy stuff. Just walk. I just lay in the doorway here, and sometimes people have to get in here. They just walk over me at this point. This is so I can hold my leg up in the corners on my dirt bike. Just doing my... I'm just doing my throws this morning.
You know, I've done this work for 20 years of my life to become the rider I am, and like to be a good bike rider, to like be well-rounded and have all these skills that I can use when I race. And I'm still building this toolbox, but every year I am afraid that I'm just gonna show up and all of a sudden I'm not gonna be there anymore. And I think that, you know, if you look at Eli Tomac, Kenny, Chase Sexton, like Bruni, Sam Hill in his prime, I'm sure they had all the same fears, but you know, you just don't lose these skills that you built. And it's just hard work over the years and building this big toolbox of tools that you can pull out of to show up on race day. And when the clock starts ticking, either you're made for it or you're not. If you're one of those dudes that has it, and you have that toolbox full of skills, yeah, we're trying to get these little bits and these little pieces, and some of it's luck and some of it's self-belief and some of it's you're from South France or you're from Oliver Springs, Tennessee. And on that day, Oliver Springs, Tennessee wins. But it's just pulling out of that toolbox and self-belief and hard work.
The smoothie thing's a dilemma every day because I'm allergic to strawberries and she's allergic to pineapple. So I like this like tropical mango orange juice pineapple smoothie, and I can't, so she can't have pineapple. So then my smoothie gets really bland, but she can have strawberry. But it's a big dilemma every day.
Living with Dakotah Norton, he's definitely got a lot going on at all times. But it's pretty awesome. He has like one main project for the day, but a lot of the projects are huge, like rebuilding the dirt bike track, or he started, I don't know if you can see it in the background, but he started landscaping and then put all this, I don't even really know what he's doing, but he's making it nice, and he put all this black stuff so there's no weeds growing, I believe. And then was like, oh, I'm gonna rent the skid steer and fix the motor track. And there's also half-built dirt jumps in the back. So there's always a project being started and then maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, so coming into the race season, you know, I said whether we're ready or not, because I had lacked so much downhill bike time, and it was like, yeah, whether we're ready or not, here we go. And then I went to the first race and got 4th place. We had every issue you could possibly imagine, and we were still able to get it done in the race run. And that's kind of been the story of my career, is like everything goes haywire and then I show up. You know, I talked to it a lot with my neurologist, and he's like, yeah, that's your MO, dude. Everything can be, you know, everything can be up in the air and you're still gonna do it. I always say to him, like, yeah, but dude, that's taking years off my life, you know? And I wish so much that I could get away from that, but
he's always been really, really good and obviously very talented, but I think he used to doubt himself a little more than he does now. And he's kind of maybe found his place a bit. Like he's really good with like bike setup, and he likes to puzzle with the bike. And I think previously he maybe didn't trust his instincts, or if people told him like, no, that's stupid, go this direction, he would. And now he's kind of settled in who he is on that front, but also all fronts. And I think it brings a lot of his really cool personality out, and he is able to kind of just be him, which is super cool to see.
Ah, look at that.
Just right. Man, when I first started riding downhill bikes, my tires were, or my bars were on the floor, and I didn't know anything about suspension setup. And I've spent 5 years getting really in depth about ride feel. And I'm obsessed with suspension performance and bike geometry, and I'm learning so much all the time. And now I'm to the point where there's days when I can tell I'm a half PSI low on tire pressure. Maybe asked my mechanic, and he told me the story yesterday when we were at Windrock. He's like, yeah, dude, there was one day you were like a half PSI low first run, and you literally came down and said, hey, I think my rear tire is a little low. He's like, there's no way. And I've spent, when you do as many runs as I do, you get a really good feel for what you're looking for. And for a lot of years, I didn't know what I was looking for, but we went to Vermont to do some specific tire testing, and luckily I've been able to do a bit with Sean in the past, and we did some testing over the winter and some things that I really believed were a lot better. We did a very specific day with some other downhill racers. We luckily had the syndicate there, Lucas Shaw, Greg Minar, some really talented guys, and we got to ride a few tires, and it just come to find out that they all like the tire that I like so much in the off season, which was really cool. And it was a really good feeling to do that work and come back to it. And that confirmed for me my feel, and made a lot of confidence for me in terms of am I going in the right direction?
I'm hauling ass. I got the need for speed.
A lot of people give me a hard time when I say downhill is my job, and it sometimes feels like a job, because the things I love the most, the tools that have made me good at downhill, dirt jumping and motocross, are sometimes the things I get to do the least when it's downhill season. So, and now as I get older in my career, I'm just really trying to bring a lot of that stuff that I loved and made me who I am, and bring that back into my life.
Pretty cool feeling to look at the jumps for forever and be building them and working on them, and start to feel what you think they're gonna feel like,
Man, looking at this reviewing of the season, I did some things so well, and then I made some really silly mistakes. And just trying to learn from that year in and year out as I grow as a person and as a competitor and as a downhill racer. I'm just understanding that sometimes less is more, and being happier really will make me have longevity in my career. And I think, I'm 32, and more I'm just less concerned of what everybody else is doing, what's going on, and just trying to make myself the happiest I can be. And I think that that's the big thing for me going into 25 is just want to be happy. Just want to be happy racing my bike, and happy with what I'm doing, and happy with the journey I'm on, and whatever that journey is, I think I'm getting to the point where I'm pretty okay with it.